What I'm about to tell you may come as a shock. I'm a little.
Girl, it's been what? 5 months? How long do you wait? Like, we text, we call. Sometimes he ghosts me for a week, but I organize his birthday. I met his mom. That has to be something, right? Is this still casual? Am I insane? Because if I'm delusional, you have to tell me. I'm meeting him today, and I want to understand what is going on in his head.
Situationships. Relationships with no clarity or label. You know them, you hate them, and you've probably been in one. I want to stop the myth that Gen Z invented situationships because Big and Carrie, Rose and Rachel, Noah and Allie were a thing before Gen Z even existed. Healthy relationships portrayed in media were things that we grew up with. And people, they were actually glorifying this. They were telling us, you know what? A guy threatening to take his life just to take a girl on a date is actually so romantic. It's so cute. Like, look at him. Look at him. Screaming on and off relationships, manipulation. This was our portrayal of love, and we grew up with this, and not just in media, in reality as well. I grew up in a loving Latino household. I love my parents. Okay, they're lovely people, but when they have arguments, more often than not, they end up screaming or yelling and not saying so nice. I grew up with this. I normalized this. When I ended up having my first fight with my first partner, and he didn't scream at me, he didn't yell at me, I was so weirded out. I expected, for some reason, that when two people, love each other, but they fight, they are gonna scream at each other like it's something that happens. In reality, it's just an unhealthy behavior. And here's my point. Unhealthy behaviors are so normalized that we don't even realize that they're unhealthy. So when we see Harry and Big being completely toxic to each other, or Rose cheating on Rachel when they were on a break, we see that and we're like, you know what? That is totally normal and reasonable. So when we see these things happen, how are you gonna blame Gen Z when we grew up in these environments? These kind of relationships were meant to happen. We live in a society. Do you know that? That also means that we live in an individualistic society. Everything feels so transactional, and we're not gonna give more than we receive. And everyone wants to act so cool. Like, why would I text you back after you text me when I can wait 2 hours and not seem insane to you? If we want to act interested, we reply 3 hours later or sometimes a day later. Because if you answer instantly, you're gonna look desperate and just insane. But of course, we don't want people to think that we're delusional and we want them too much. The thing is, this is not love. Like Bell Hooks said in All About Love, love is the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. So love is not meant to be selfish or cool, and we're not doing that, and that's why these really kind of relationships exist. And you know what the most painful thing about this is? You cannot mourn a situationship. You were nothing with this person, which is not true. You were something. You share memories. You were so intimate with each other. But when it comes to labels, you cannot mourn the loss you had, because why would you mourn nothing? And that is so painful. Like, imagine being crying for a week, depressed, and when your friends ask you, why are you acting like this? This friend, this thing I had, we're just nothing anymore, but we were actually never nothing, so why am I crying anyways? I just don't understand. This isn't the kind of situation we're in. We cannot even say goodbye because there's nothing to say goodbye for. It's so painful that we don't put the same effort and process into healing these things. But okay, yeah, Gen Z didn't invent situationships, and it's not anyone's fault. We just don't understand what love is. Why do we keep choosing them? Why did Carrie choose big every single time. 6 fucking years. I feel like in situationships we have two different type of persons. We have Big and we have Carrie. And yes, I'm not gonna get tired of using them as an example because they're the founders of this whole thing. Big loves the situationship because it's convenient. You can have intimacy and inside jokes, but whenever I want and just when it's convenient. There's no commitments. He can do whatever he wants with whoever he wants, and he doesn't have to tell you anything because he doesn't owe you any respect. On the other side, Carrie loves a situationship because it's addictive. She doesn't know when she's gonna receive any affection next. So she's gonna grab any crumbs she gets and she's gonna be so happy for anything she receives, even if it's the bare minimum. Big is gonna keep Carrie at the perfect distance between knowing everything and knowing nothing at all. So he gives this perception of intimacy without even having to do anything for her. If you're Carrie, you're probably so comfortable in this roller coaster of emotions that you don't even realize it's not healthy. If you're Big, you're so used to feeling and being avoidant about relationships and people that this kind of relationships it's just perfect for you. And these kind of the relationships are meant to end up ugly. But why do we still feel hope when we're in one? Series and movies and your friend telling you, oh, he's gonna change someday. He's gonna wake up and realize that he loves you. Harry married Big. Ross and Rachel end up together. Noah and Ali grow all together. So of course we fantasize and romanticize and we want to be like them. We want to be the exception, but we are the rule. It doesn't matter how long you are with this person. If after 6 months they don't realize that they love you or they like you, why will they realize it in 6.5? That's just not gonna happen. We're gonna fantasize and romanticize and cling to them anyways, because after all, we are just looking for something or someone to make sense of the word love. But I do want to end this in positive thoughts because I do think that there are so many healthy people, romantics out there living that they are dying to know you and date you. Just a matter of time, just a matter of doing the inner work as well, because sometimes we are the toxic ones. But you know what I don't have faith in? Healthy relationships portrayed in media. It just feels like they throw the most toxic thing and people are just gonna romanticize it. Yes, I'm still talking about Big and Carrie because there are some people that support their relationship, and if you're one of them, come here and I'm gonna fight you, okay? I really hope that if you're in a situationship, just leave, okay? Just leave them. It's not worth it. It's not worth your peace of mind. And I can say this because I wasn't one and I left. And I'm gonna make this story time one day. And do me a big favor, if you like this video, click this little thing. It's gonna help me so much. I will love you if you stay. Have a great day. Have a lovely, blessed, great day. Have a matcha. Click that thing and leave that guy because he's not worth it. Love you. Bye bye.